Hello class, and welcome to our presentation, Jainism and Buddhism, an Introduction. So during the 7th to 5th centuries BCE, at a time when the Hindu Upanishads were being committed to writing, two religious movements emerged that challenged the Hindu worldview: Jainism and Buddhism. Now, unlike Hinduism, which does not have a single founder, both Jainism and Buddhism were each organized by a single spiritual leader. Mahavira being the founder of Jainism, and Siddhartha Gautama, or the Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. Now, this is very important, so please pay attention here. The founder of a religious tradition contributes two things to that particular tradition. One, the foundational teachings, and second, an example of the archetypal religious lifestyle. That is, the founder of a religion provides the foundational beliefs and rituals and/or practices of a religion. And often, the teachings of the founder are considered to be absolute truth, meaning that the founder's teachings are believed to be perfectly correct. Why? Why are they believed to be perfectly correct? Because religious founders like Mahavira and Siddhartha Gautama are believed to have experienced powerful encounters with spiritual or metaphysical realities beyond the realm of ordinary human knowledge. Hence, they possess knowledge of what we might call ultimate reality, and thus they possess a true understanding of the world and the human condition, an understanding which is superior to kind of ordinary human understandings of the world. Now, in addition to providing the foundational teachings of a religion, the life of the founder serves as a model of imitation for religious devotees. So, for example, Jain monks and nuns believe that to achieve salvation, they must live as their leader Mahavira lived. Why? Because Mahavira experienced salvation. So how do you experience salvation? Well, imitate his life. So now that we have some understanding as to the role of the founder of a religion, let us delve more deeply into the religion of Jainism. So what is Jainism? Well, Jainism, as generally defined, is a South Asian religion which emphasizes a radically ascetic way of life based upon the teachings and practices set forth by what are called Tirthankaras. And the goal of life, rather like that of later Vedic Hinduism, is to achieve moksha. Now, their understanding of moksha is going to be different from Hinduism, but nonetheless, the goal of life is to get off of the cycle of reincarnation. Now, what do we mean by the terms ascetic, and what do we mean by the term Tirthankara? So, the term Tirthankara literally means bridge builders or pathfinders in Sanskrit. And the Tirthankaras are a lineage of 24 spiritual teachers who sought to alleviate the suffering of all living beings. The first Tirthankara is believed to be Rishabha, and the 24th and final Tirthankara, Mahavira, the founder of what we now understand to be Jainism. Now, there is a belief that early Jainism existed as a small sect of Vedic Hinduism. So as we can see in the diagram, as the Vedas were being committed to writing, there's this belief that there was a small sect of Hinduism who worshipped and followed these Tirthankaras, or this Tirthankara tradition. And it was not until the arrival of Mahavira in the time of the later Vedic period that Jainism, in a sense, became its own religion. So basically, as I said in the previous slide, around the 6th century BCE, Jainism became its own respective religion, when the 24th Tirthankara Mahavira came to criticize the Vedic Hindu religion. And again, we will learn more about this later. Now, one of the most distinguishing features of Jainism is its emphasis upon radically ascetic lifestyle. All right, so what do we mean radically ascetic lifestyle? What is asceticism? So asceticism refers to a lifestyle that emphasizes self-denial. So for example, denial of sensual pleasure, denial of physical comfort, denial of material wealth and social status, and denial of certain dietary practices. So it's basically to renounce kind of like the comforts of human life. And the logic of asceticism is that if you deny the wants and needs of the body, you will live in greater harmony with the immaterial soul or spirit and increase the likelihood that you will experience some kind of salvation. So now that we have a basic introduction to Jainism, let us briefly take a look at the basics of Buddhism. So what is Buddhism? Buddhism, again, generally defined, is a religion originating in India in the 5th century BCE, founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, which teaches that the goal of life is to achieve enlightenment, nirvana, and parinirvana. And unlike Jainism, Buddhism successfully spread to the Asian regions to the east, such as China, Japan, Korea, and the nations of Southeast Asia. And this is an important distinction. What we will find in our analysis of Jainism and Buddhism is that Jains and Buddhists disagree as to how asceticism should be used to alleviate suffering. And again, this is something that we will discuss later. Now, although Jainism and Buddhism both criticize the Vedic worldview, they will also be arguably influenced by major Hindu concepts and ideas such as karma, samsara, moksha, and the use of meditation to achieve enlightenment. So again, even though Jainism and Buddhism will criticize the Vedic Hindu worldview, we're going to find that they have a kind of similar understanding of the world. But despite this influence, we will find that Jainism and Buddhism will depart from the Vedic Hindu worldview as a whole, and this is why Jainism and Buddhism are generally considered different religions from Hinduism.